Well, hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us again for another episode of Shocker Secrets to Success. Alicia and I are here again to talk today about finances, which is it's a big part of college. Yeah, 2 thumbs up. It's a big part of the college experience. And so before we get started, in case you have not joined us previously, I'm Kim Sandlin. I'm the director of student success here at Wichita State and have been here a number of years, over 20, and I'll just keep it at that. But was a student here, enjoyed my experience, love working here, love serving students, and that's why we're doing this, to make sure that your experience here is the best it can be. So Alicia, you want to introduce yourself?
Yep. Alicia Newell, the Assistant Vice President for Student Affairs, and I also have been here a number of years, and I am an alum, a first-generation college student, and so being able to help share some secrets to success is, I think, a big part of the work that we do in trying to make our students' day-to-day lives a little easier by sharing lessons learned, either our own or what other students have learned along the way, just to help ease that process, and really excited to share some knowledge with you all.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, as Alicia said, these episodes are really to help kind of normalize some of the questions that students have. Oftentimes, they might not know who to ask. They might not want to ask the questions. And so we try to provide some of that information so that you don't have to ask a question. Maybe we can answer it for you here based on the work that we do with students on a daily basis. So I'm glad you're joining us and hope this it becomes a series that you enjoy and refer to. Hope it helps you in your Shocker experience. So the first topic on today's episode is the FAFSA and financial aid. Alicia is going to walk us through some of the things, give you some tips and tricks. I will preface this entire episode by saying the best way to handle finances is to connect directly with the resources that you need. So we'll kind of clarify who does what on this episode, so you kind of know where to go. But finances is such an individual, private thing, right? People don't like to talk about money. They don't like to share if they don't have it, if they have it, how much they have, how much they don't have. And so we're really trying to provide some information to help you out if you're in that situation. So Alicia, I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah. All right, great. And so financial aid is a really big component of the college experience in regards to it allowing you to be able to help pay for college. And so the best thing, and I did a quick run of students who applied for financial aid and talking with our financial aid office, and a thing that was identified is that there's still a number of students who have failed to apply. And so we're going to talk about the process and when you should apply. And so over Thanksgiving break, while you're all are home, so November 22nd is the last day for in-person classes. When you go home, you and your family should sit down and submit the FAFSA again. And so the FAFSA is the federal application for federal student aid. And if you go to the website, which is FAFSA.gov, and making sure that you go to FAFSA.gov, there are some other false links out there that individuals have utilized, and making sure that you go to the correct one is important. And when you log into FAFSA, the important thing is you're going to have to create an account. Once you create your account, it's set for the duration of your college experience. You're not going to have to go in and create an account each time. So when you go in, you will have to go in and update your information every year. And so December 1 is the priority deadline for this next academic year. And so we're talking about academic year 2021 and 2022. And so if you have time over Thanksgiving break, make sure you go to the FAFSA website and you're updating your financial aid application. Students really are, it's recommended that you have your FAFSA application in before December 1. And December 1, for students who are able to submit their application before the December 1 priority date, means that you will have an opportunity for additional grants, things that you may qualify for. And these are all first come, first serve awards. And so if you are needing to make sure that you're maximizing the amount of aid you're receiving, make sure that you and your family are getting on this as soon as possible. Now, if you don't think that you qualify for financial aid, it's still a really good idea to submit your FAFSA application. A lot of times there's scholarships that the university is able to award, but they go off financial base, and one of the requirements may be that you have to have your FAFSA on file. And so you don't want to not be eligible for something just because you don't have the application on file. A lot of times students think that they don't qualify, and it comes back that they're able to receive some aid. And so making sure that you are allowing just for an opportunity for them to let you know what is available to you. When you go in and you submit your FAFSA, the important thing is to make sure that Wichita State University's code is submitted in there. Our code is 001950. I'm going to say that again, 001950. This is the code that's going to match your total amount of what your earned family contribution is, and in addition to what the cost of attendance is, and it's going to package your deal in relation to what our cost is here at Wichita State. If you are going to school, say, split somewhere else, say here and maybe another institution, wherever you're enrolled in the majority of your hours, you're going to want to make sure that that institution is the primary on your FAFSA. And so making sure you put the WSU code in, and that's going to allow FAFSA to send us your information so that we can get a package and award letter out to you. Again, like Kim said, financial aid is the office. They are the experts in the field. So if you have any questions at all, if you go to wichita.edu/financial aid, M's going to pull up their website, and I'm going to show you a new option that they have available. If you scroll down on the screen, there is an opportunity for you to schedule an appointment. And when you schedule an appointment directly online, that can be a Zoom appointment, it could be a phone appointment, and that way they'll be able to, you're choosing if you want it in person, maybe you were requested for verification this semester and you failed to bring in your paperwork for verification. They'll be able to go through all of that information with you and tell you exactly what it is that you need. Again, if you have any questions, please go to the financial aid website and request an appointment with a counselor, and they'll be able to help you every step. Another link that I want to talk about real quickly is My Finances. And so I think we can get out of that one. I'm sorry. And so in your My WSU portal, there is a link in there at the top tab, and it says My Finances. This is the time where students should be going on to see if they have a financial hold on their account. Now this year, because of COVID-19, we're doing things a little differently. Typically, a financial hold will not allow students to register for classes. Because of COVID-19, we have waived that, and students are able to enroll and register for classes. But we still want to make sure that you are paying on that bill and making sure that you don't have a significant outstanding balance. So if you have questions about your accounts, your fees at school, you can always call The Office of or Accounts Services at 978-3333. And this is regard to billing, if you need to set up a payment plan, things of that nature, which is completely separate from financial aid. Other than that, you can always log into your My WSU account, and then they can, you can look in there and search and see, do I have financial aid available? Do I have any red flags in my account? Maybe asking for verification. And again, those financial aid counselors are on standby to help you every step of the way. And if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to Kim or I, and we can get you connected with the right individuals as well. Kim?
Yeah, thank you. I would also just add that if you have questions about where to go and where to click, the first year programs and orientation site has a really good screenshot guide on where to go and how to log in and where to click on all of that. So if you go to our website, which is wichita.edu/orientation or /first year, you can get to the orientation guidebook, and that is the document online, all available online, that you can scroll through to see some of those screenshots to help you walk you through that process, because it is confusing and it is overwhelming. So Alicia talked about two different areas. The first is financial aid, and they're the folks that are going to help you apply to get money for college, right? So they have 4 different types, and I'm going to use my cheat sheet over here, different types of financial aid. There are the grants. The grants are money that you may qualify to receive that you do not have to pay back. There are loans, which you may qualify for. Most students do qualify for some kind of loan, but you do have to pay that money back, but it is money to help you pay currently, right, towards your tuition and fees. There's work study funds available as well. And so for students who qualify for work study funds, oftentimes if you're looking for an on-campus job for a little extra cash or to help pay your bills, there are student positions on campus that may indicate that they're work study only. And what that means is that your financial aid helps pay for some of your wages. And so it's a benefit to you because it makes you eligible for more on-campus jobs if you're a work study student. It's a benefit to us as a campus department because financial aid is helping us pay you your wages. And so that is one that a lot of students have questions about and don't know if they qualify for work study. So all of that is included in your application, in your FAFSA application. So if you run across that and you're not sure what work study is, that refers to aid that you get as an on-campus student in an on-campus job. So wanted to make a clarification point there. And then of course the last type of money through financial aid is scholarships, which is again the free money, the free awards that we hope that many of you are receiving and qualify for. And I believe that financial aid is kind of streamlining that whole scholarship application process to work a little bit better between you and financial aid and the potentially the awards through academic colleges. So that process is on its way to getting better streamlined. It's pretty easy though right now. It's pretty easy to apply for scholarships and find that information on their website, but they're going to try to make it even easier for you all as students, so there's less navigation that you all have to do. So wanted to make sure that you all knew about the different types of financial aid. And remember, financial aid are the folks that can award you money or loans to attend college and pay your bills. Okay. The other department that Alicia was talking about was accounts receivable. And they are the ones who we affectionately say will take your money, but they are the collectors of those payments, whether that is applying financial aid, will go to your accounts receivable, file, or if you're paying for, with savings or other means, they will be taking those payments and applying them toward your bill. They are the billing folks. So financial aid gives the money, financial operations or accounts receivable takes the money, and we mean that with all the kindness in our hearts. They're very, very flexible and positive people to work with. Know that sometimes students assume, especially when they're new, that they have to pay their entire bill up front. There are payment options. There are payment plans that you can request as a student. If that is a big chunk of change that you're not prepared to pay, work with them. Work with them so that they see that you are, wanting to pay your bills. You want to remain consistent. You want to remain current in your payments. They will work with you. They are very flexible as they absolutely can be. Sometimes they can't do exactly everything that you want them to do. But that's not necessarily because they want to. That is because they have very strict guidelines and rules that they have to enforce. So know that comes from a place of support and not necessarily a punitive place, right? So utilize the staff in accounts receivable and ask questions. I think a lot of students assume, oh, got my bill, got to pay it. I don't have any options and I'm out of luck if I can't make that bill, right? So call them. Don't be afraid to connect with them. Their phone number is down there, 978-3333. Easy one to remember. And, if you want to be talked through, if you want someone to explain your bill on what you're being charged for, they can help you do that. They'll walk you through it. They walk me through it a lot. I'll be working with a student and I'll just put them on speakerphone. Hey, can you walk us through the student's bill? We've got some questions. And so they will explain what all of the fees go to. They'll explain the tuition costs. They'll explain how it's broken down, what you may owe, what you've already paid, and how to interpret that information, because it is overwhelming, especially if you are not a bill payer around your household. It's a little bit new. It's sometimes hard to digest, but once you kind of have someone work through that with you, that can often really be helpful, and especially in upcoming semesters you prepare to enroll for the spring as well. All right, and then also wanted to talk a little bit about the Office for Student Money Management, which is out of the Office of Student Success. We've got some students who are peer financial coaches who can help you in situations such as you're finding yourself running out of money before the end of the month, and that's happening consistently, things like that. They can work with you to make very specific recommendations to your spending habits, and they can help you kind of put that into perspective as far as, how am I going to pay for my tuition and fees? How am I going to also balance rent and food and gas and all of that? They can help you walk you through putting a plan together for that, because I think a lot of students don't understand the entire cost of attending college. They go to college, might have a scholarship or two, might have a loan as well, and it just kind of gets applied because we try to make things easy, and it just kind of gets taken care of because you click a couple things and you say, okay, pay here. But then to really understand where your money is going and how you are managing it independently, that's what we want to help you do. If you're finding yourself struggling with managing your money, we've got a number of resources available online, and also virtually or in person. We can meet with you to talk through some of those challenges that you have, changes that you might want to consider making. We can, visit with you a lot. We visit with a lot of students and families before they get to college about, do you have savings? Are you planning to work and earn money to help pay these bills down? Let's talk about the money you don't have to pay back to apply to the cost of college, because what we ultimately want you to do, you have a degree plan, you work with an advisor to enroll in the classes you need. We also want you to have that financial plan that accompanies it, so they go together, so that financially you have a plan and academically you have a plan. just so you don't get caught up in that, because it adds to your stress. It's one of the top stressors among our college students. And you all have a lot going on in your lives right now, right? So let us help you. We want to help you. We do have folks available who can assist you. We have this episode is filmed. So M is our producer. We're doing this in October, so we have a Don't Get Spooked by Your Finances virtual program coming up. We've got some ideas on going into the holidays. This is also something that is expensive. So we can work with you on how do you provide those gifts that you want to provide to those that are important to you in your life without sacrificing your bank accounts and your credit scores to do that. So again, we can really kind of help you make some good decisions with how you're earning, managing, and paying your bills and managing your money overall. We also have a brand new, as of this fall, course. I don't know that I would call it a course, but a module, some information available for you through your Blackboard account. So if you log into your Blackboard account, and if you go to the My Organizations section, click on that, you can self-enroll in a student money management course. Okay, and there's just really good basic information there to get you started, and then can maybe take you a step or two further than what you're comfortable with or what you might know about managing money. Lots of good videos, lots of good content there. And so if you kind of want to do this and get the information, but you're either embarrassed, because a lot of students are, and that's okay. You don't want to really talk to somebody about the money that you, again, have or don't have. You can log in and self-enroll. It's very easy to enroll yourself in the course, and then just walk through those courses and follow up with us afterwards if you have more questions or need a little bit more assistance. But that's a way that we can give you this information. And it can remain private for you, because we don't want you to put students to feel like you're uncomfortable coming forward or talking to us. We talk to a lot of students. We have about one of the services we offer is free tax help, tax assistance. So if you are independently filing your own taxes and qualify under a certain income threshold, you can come into our office or meet virtually with someone who can help you file your taxes. And so we get into a lot of very personal conversations. So we know that's very private information, and we want to respect that. So we try to provide information that you all can do privately on your own as well. So hopefully that answers a few of the other questions. So I think we have a few more minutes left. I don't know if Alicia, if you thought of anything else that you might want to add to all of that.
Do. So I will share that a lot of times students don't see the value of taking the opportunity to maximize some of the resources on campus, like student money management, until a big issue or crisis comes available. And so one of the things that I would love our students to do is to be a little bit more proactive in planning in advance for what some of those needs may be. As a student myself, no one ever taught me how to balance a checkbook, how to manage my money. And when I got, excess money back for financial aid, I was like, woo, shopping time. And then when the next semester came, I had no money for my books. And I remember one semester calling my uncle, actually, and I was crying, and I was like, Uncle Julian, like, I have no money for my books. And he was like, okay, babe, how much do you need? And he sent me $500 so I can get my books. And had I thought smart the previous semester when I had leftover aid, I really should have saved that instead of trying to spend it on things that I didn't need. And so again, these are lessons learned. And how do I proactively plan for the things that I may not know that I need right now, but meeting with a financial counselor can help identify some of those things. So let's forecast how much our book's going to cost next semester. So if you're in Calc 1 right now, you're not going to need a math book because that book is for Calc 1, Calc 2, and Calc 3. But do you need an additional access code? What are some of the things that you need to start planning for and budgeting? If you're planning to move off campus maybe next year, what are you going to need for a deposit? What are you going to need for first month's rent? What additional bills are you going to be? And they have estimates of, hey, what does it cost for utilities for 1 month? These are things that students often don't think about. And so making sure that you maximize it and just check them out. The worst thing is, hey, I just felt like I wasted 30 minutes. The best thing is, man, I feel like I have a plan and I'm in control. And so check them out. Let us know what you think.
If you don't know exactly what to include in your budget, so some of the things that Alicia said, gasoline, incidentals, like all of these things, we do have some budget sheets or spending plan sheets because nobody likes the word budget, so we changed it to spending plan. The students are very finicky about terms, right? So, but we have a breakdown of where you can at least begin that's going to capture a majority of the money that you may be spending. So lots of great resources. Again, come see us. If you want to stop by in person, we are open 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. So we can pick up, if you just want to pick up some resources and maybe take them with you, look them over and then come back, you're welcome to do that as well. We're located in Neff Hall, room 115. And then the next question we always get is, where's Neff Hall? Because nobody knows where Neff Hall is. So we are just right straight across the courtyard from the RSC. So the patio side of the RSC, that beautiful patio, you would walk off the patio, down the sidewalk, and right into our building. So we're pretty centrally located. So just stop by if you need some of those resources. Happy to help you, or happy to connect you with a peer financial coach as well. So anything else you want to add, Alicia?
No, great resources. Make sure that you're planning and you're being proactive. And at any time, if finances become an issue, don't let that be something that stops you from continuing your education. Make sure you come and talk to someone first and let us help troubleshoot or navigate and let you know what options are available. And then that way we can help you make the best decision possible moving forward. But we're here every day. 8 to 5. Call us. Come by.
Yeah, there's a lot of people on campus who are just waiting for students to come back because we miss you all. We miss seeing you on campus. We miss your smiling faces, and we even miss the students, who don't have the best circumstances. Like, we still want to be there for you. We miss all of you, regardless of your background, and can't wait to see you all again in lots of groups and walking all over, and we will get back to that sometime. But in the meantime, know that we're here for you, and reach out, because that's the best thing you can do. Our most successful students are those that are getting themselves connected and asking questions. They're the ones who we see, again, maximizing that. We talk a lot about that in student success, maximizing that potential, because you all have a lot of it. If you didn't have it, you wouldn't be here, and you've all got that potential. We've just got to draw that out for you and help you maximize it, right? So that's what we're here for. So let us know if we can help you. Thanks, everybody, for joining us.